Okay. Um, I just want to clarify that this is pretty much coming to me off the cuff when it comes to Chroma Prime, and that the developers uh, know that we want to rework. Um, so I'm kind of a fan of Chroma, but he is pretty boring to play. But I have a pretty good suggestion for his one. Um, you guys know that they've been kind of shoving this, like, the charge mechanic down our throats with like Ember, with Nasia, like Hydroid, and some of them get it right. Some of them it's just like, what's the point? But I think out of all, Chroma could have the most use out of a charge mechanic for his one. So let's start with Poisonous Chroma, you know, Vomit Chroma. I think if you were to charge his one, he would do a little roar, and it would cause a AOE heal for everyone that's near you, and like, I don't know, 10% of their maximum health. That's going to be stacked with strength mods, and increase the range with range mods, obviously. And then let's go on to... Oh, right, off the cuff again. I believe that Chroma would have to be stationary to charge his one, because a lot of these are going to be powerful but fun. I also think that the set of each charge should be around like 75 energy, because, and make it reasonable. So let's continue with Fire Chroma, which is right now my favorite chroma to use. So for his one, charging Fire Chroma, he would spit a big fireball out of his mouth that would explode, do a decent amount of damage, but it would also cause a ragdoll effect and ragdoll enemies. So it's like a CC, but also it's more damage than his regular Spectral Scream. And as for Ice Chroma, basically he would just do what Frost does with Frost 4, but he would do it in a 30 degree radius in front of him where he's screaming, and it would just freeze enemies in front of him. Like solid. I think that would be a great place for Ice Chroma, considering he's like all about defense and stuff. And then for what would probably become my favorite element to use if this were to ever get to DE, Lightning Chroma. Lightning Chroma is often compared to Godzilla, but I think if you were to let Lightning Chroma charge his breath, that it would generate a huge punch through beam, that he would have like a little bit of control to turn, but mainly goes straight and just does, massive damage. Not like, kind of like Mesa's 4, but in like just a straight line kind of damage. But, it would be for like 5 seconds. Straight line. And remember that you have to be stationary for all these charged attacks for his one. And that's really all I have for his one. And on the next point to his 2, I genuinely do not think his 2 is very useful or very it's useful as in how Chroma is now, but I don't think it makes him fun. I think it's very boring. So I'm thinking that you would just replace his 2 with his 3, and then his 3 with his 4, and allowing his new 4 up for like, well, I mean, let's talk about what I want them to do with the current 4 is instead of these radial blinds and really crappy spectral screams, I think that his, Dragon Sentry should just be able to spam those charged ones that I was talking about. But like being able to lock on enemies and stuff. And I think his new 4 should allow him to be able to switch his element. Like, so he could like change between, venom, fire, ice, and lightning at a cost. I think it should be pretty pricey. I think it should be like 150 energy. Because, if you swap, if you make swapping super easy, then, Chroma will kind of get out of control. But I still think, I do like that idea of him being able to like be this elemental master that his description reads. Right now he's just kind of, boring. So, I don't know. That's just what I think his rework should be. I also think that his passive should be, he's not allowed to inflict self-damage, because I believe that would help him out when it comes to that fireball for Fire Chroma, because I do want it to be like an explosive kind of thing. So if you're too close, you'll probably damage yourself. Although that could be working for his Vex armor. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I really do hope that this somehow gets to DE, because I like Chroma. It's just that he's getting real stale too quickly. And I hope that this, if you guys like this, I have a few ideas for some other frames, mainly Ember. I'm a big, I'm big into like fire, which is hilarious because Ember got like destroyed. But I have reworks for Ember if anyone's interested. It's mainly gonna be like an off-the-cuff video like this one. Everyone, I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, see you around.